Yeah, Antonia. Twa! Looking right, yeah. Yeah, you're looking good, bro. Yeah, you're doing well.
Thank you.
Nene komi.
Afoy. Injini.
Ati mabe.
Rup me comedy te wona.
Ati rupure kabo can locally, internationally.
Ana ne no again anymore. Was it Rwanda?
Yeah, I've been on a tour, Chero Rwanda. That was in August. Chero Kenya, then Chero South Sudan. I'm still doing more. I still have. I'm supposed to go to Congo, Brazzaville. Then I'm supposed to go to Zambia. African Joker invited me for his show.
Okay.
And then Clint also told me he has a space for me in Nigeria. So I'm just trying to build more rapport in the international world. Push our culture, of course.
Actually, getting a very just in a joking
way. It was
COVID.
No. This time during COVID, the background of comedy is actually funny. I started comedy when we were at the university, at Good University. That was around 2013. Wachaho comedy, it was more of a collective thing. No alone, stress-free crackers. No watime kama. It was me, Tupi, Silva. There was LG Lawang. And then we had Robinson Ogere. Yes, that
was. No, Lawang grew up with Berawacha.
Yes.
Comedy.
Yeah, those are the boys we started with. But when we left Kama, we venue Dugayela, and then we just left. So these other boys on Odongen, they were doing something by then already. They had their jobs and other things. I was the only person at campus, though it was my initiative. Yeah, so when they left, Ugaireke transferring, Kugatikwene, Lawang also. So I also had to concentrate on school somehow. So I attend your Kongdore. I know, I come school Waranyi. Then, Ujo Kwon, when I just finished campus, 2015, Ujo Kwon called me, Kash. It was so nice. And I regretted dying. I don't know, it's okay. So we looked for a place. We started. I told him, I said, I don't want Gimoma no white him one a kid can. I mean, no down on my taking one. Chi what him. That's where we started Luo comedy. Luo comedy, Wachaho, Kikaroma. Now,
Karuma,
yes, Karuma guest house. No, but food you can get Crystal Hotel, Kenya.
Oh, Karuma guest house.
Yes.
Okay.
So we started there. We worked there for some months. I think close to a year. The place became small. And we had to move out of Karuma guest house. Wachero, Lexus. Lexus worked for only 2 months. The venue had a lot of issues. They started seeing what we're doing and they picked interest in it, trying to own it. So, wapoka Kenya. So, mo poka yenyo venue, dokwe venue, no venue, mama roma tijema dingo, belpere. So, ana Kenya, awai kujua wachi, you call all the boys, let's brainstorm together. We tried meeting several times, down up a bino. So I moved alone. How you know? Let me just start up something on my own. So any dongana chao get laugh with the Owakabi in 2017. The original plan, just like the name was, laugh with the Owakabi. You come and enjoy my comedy.
You laugh with the Owakabi.
Yes, just me. So we started well, and in 2017, Charo with a space that could accommodate only 85 people. Jimmy Charodon, that was IMAX. On top of Cinebel, we are Marakun. Yes, Unobero Kanyor film. But I just wanted, because it had the theater kind of setting. And also considering the space near only 85 people, I was like, okay, fine. and Lorema ni beka luo gipegi duong karo en. So I can always call them here and we laugh and have our fun. Yeah. So we started ski. I must can you laugh with the Owakabi. Stephen Balmoy told me, Kash, you need to bring in more comedians. I told him, I said, Steve, comedians are few. Let us enroll other people. Let's call for audition. But the audition, me, I don't have the proper sense of judgment. I want you to come and judge. So that's when we called for audition. Initially, no, da luo gere la pay, na luo la pay obino. Una luo eno jo kwantie. Then a luo palaring. Yeah. So then on the boys man what the team. Then we also had Richard Moy, some other boys who would come, once in a while, drop a few lines here and there. So when we called for audition, down of being I think about 15 contestants. Out of the 15, Ngarachele can mau bino. Ma bene, Ngarachele bino any ara no nutila police. Nutila police no, and then I told him in Pian always go to your teacher, what and do star. But the guy would tell you things and you laugh.
It was funny.
Yeah, so I told him, I said, I think you have another space. And the space is where I belong in the comedy world. I don't think police job is official, yes, but the peggy girl, you take a talent. So I think I would want you to come and join us in comedy. The guy did one, but now I'm going to watch it. So now with any audition, to go and Cash. I'm not going to be at a time and get any condom. So Bino, done your audition, you're going to performing. Out of the blue, the guy fires up. And Kekwanyo and Majarung Aradomiro Donyo joining one. And he became the darling of the fans from that time moving forward. That person was Bouncer.
The truth is, you've really, it's you matter mera.
Yeah, it's
comedy, kero yape kere. Eneme party bora, like, magnifying in, go down.
Yeah.
But, kawatia loka comedy kumalume Uganda kind. In pop scene fast. Yani, first of all, the consistency, and then you walk through Jim Maduong, but you've never given up. You've been there.
Actually,
there is no one who has done what you've done in the comedy industry. Done international from Kwene, even comedians matting within Uganda can Pole Weng Bino Gulukan because of him.
Yeah.
And Kenya Mere, I need to say this point blank. Ni initiative mate. Ma dano mate nanowa, no dano manoti kamo ikan logo. Mergunge ni. As far as comedy is concerned, Penny, we are just magnifying you, but you've done a great job. And angeni tigi programs imukene maduong matika upcoming. Maneti kayupe pigi. Yeah, eramu duongo maybe achela rio mo iwacha what is coming up. Laugh with the Owakabi. Kikamano guakno yuk mamigi buberiye. It doesn't matter konti gulukani can, kamo can even mogumano beru no mawa.
Yeah, I think I have a lot of activities. First of all, I have to I thank you for the efforts you've also put as a person. And sometimes people think, we will learn junctions, mukenenio. Ditini, in ditini. There at least Jomukana Gwakno Chor, Kiremo. For me, first of all, I would attribute my success to one, the fans. Ma pegi duong to try the fans, ma maro comedy. It's not like everybody supports what I do, by the way. Because your maro comedy, they pay and they come to watch me. And it's that little money they pay that helps me to do a few things in the line of what I'm doing. And then two, bloggers, Chalo Won. Radio station does, yes, something for us, but the bigger part of it, I think, the bloggers, influencers, there are things you people do. I don't want to fair attack, but the few little stories where they care, hey, could I FC Kash perform it's good because my fan base alone, no ramo posting, but no go paramo no dara duongo kumera. But when you do, a lot of people out there see. And look, this when you do that, the advantage is not mine. It's not just me who enjoy. We are doing this mail okarawa. We just know very well ni gangwa mawana yeni. Jima duong te missing. And kera genera wa kere kind pole wang charge, you know, attention money to twal mapeko twal pay kumwa. But how can we get this attention? One, anybody team Jimmy Momati unique chalama one already team on any. If an industry is booming, for instance, chalo comedy, you've seen in any way like kubu time and again they are flying. Chalo Temu show Australia, Romeo te Canada, nga te Kwene London. Before you realize, if you know the actual cap, marketing bigger things, and all this is drawing attention. Kwene, pajokan, the next thing you'll hear, Kadano they don't want to stop Kampala. They don't want to go to Jinja. When there's big events coming in this country, they will not want to go Kampala. They will not want to go to. They want to go to a place that is less congested, but with a lot of things to learn from, richness in culture, lovely people, supportive people. I think that's the kind of thing we should tread Northern Uganda for, so that we beat competition. Kitchen Kwija. We'll build a very self-reliant industry if we do this. And for me, like me, I keep telling people I am a young legend. I say this with a lot of confidence. Why? Because I know whatever I've done is not what I want to do yet. It's still very far from my personal dream. I want to be remembered like John Akibwa, who brought the first gold in the long days. But his name still lives here up to now because of the great things he did. I believe Northern Uganda had greatness from the start, but maybe we've just underlooked at these great people. We've not given them that much attention. It's not surprising. Ni easy to go show Kampala take care will to go show Western Uganda kwenye. It's just because support wang down Japan we are giving support. These great talents are here and support support mawano miyo no. Chat ke kano ramo kom dano. Tieni re yeni nye dara di vero gitiri. It is just a lot, and there are stupid fights. Do you know? Let me give you with my research. Down there, 50 Cent, Eminem, they had long-term beef, right? Kawangwa. But do you know those people actually live and sit and chat, chatting? But where are they making their money? They create situations for people to believe me. Hey, you can do. And can't get a day to I don't take of you. I'm not going to you may do it. I don't have it. Yes. So for one taking money, what taking money got that Kim Gang.
Money,
it's no profession.
Money.
Yeah,
for a long time.
And got the mouth near one carry. Man, what can be like kid a party mukija. So they just don't know these things. So a lot of those things has been dragging us. I mean, pay what he embracing the talents, Matipajokain. Broke and then Charles Caesar, this guy, Mayoko Puli. Caesar just won a national championship, meaning East Africa, he becomes number 3 in East Africa. Now imagine Dan Makumena supporting it. Don't you think Africa will have Narumama good or together? Yes, no Rupert. So man, it's just support and love. I have a lot of activities coming up. We still have, as Laugh with Owakabi, we have end of year show. Kid Majui Garwa Beruk at the end of year, Beruk, a very big festival where people come laugh and enjoy. But most importantly, yes, I told you I've been on a tour. Rwanda, had an amazing experience. I learned a lot of things, met new friends, a lot of comedians there. I told them about where I come from. They want to come home and check what we have here. And we also created a platform during the visit. Mano, we can have a woman, Pajokanyi, to try them at where go and perform there. Quit again, never to repair. That's not a lie. So you need to professionalize your game. And then, because the market is there. The same thing happened in Manchester, Sudan. I met new friends. There are people who do comedy. So South Sudan has very good comedians, bro. Very, very good. There's a guy I met there. He's called Wakil Jesh. I met comedian Lawrence. I was there with Clint the Drunk for a whole week. We had a conference with comedians there. We had a chat. How do we develop the industry? So my vision is I'm trying to create a link where Gulu is the center in Uganda. But we have people that I can tap from South Sudan, bring them here. I have people from Rwanda, tap them, bring them here. Not Kampala, here. And then I have people from Kenya, bring them here. Friends from Nigeria, come here. It's the same thing I told Sundiata. I said, you come from Arua. Help me build the industry in Arua so that when these people come, we don't stop in Gulu. We go to Arua, we go to Ajumani, we come to Lira. So what does it mean for the industry? One, we are the English-speaking comedians. Two, we are the most active industry because me, I'm running Lira, I'm running Gulu, I have Ajumani. Sundiata has Arua. It means automatically we have about 4 shows lined up. When they go back, what do they preach? They preach the love, they found the environment, the peace. And when they go back, this is out of testimony. I had Owakabi in June here. And the guy went back to Kenya on a national TV and said, I have done comedy before. But when I went to northern Uganda, I had the best time of my life performing on stage.
Wow.
He shared with me, told me, "Board gay Kenya Kuja. Sometimes you're called to perform, but they call you at 3 in the night.
3 a.m.
In the morning, actually, yes. Yet no, so here, all the shows we are doing, 10, it is done. 11, it is done. I think the worst was a human around midnight.
Madori, you know.
Yes. And still the crowd is English speaking. They understand. They give you the attention. So the guy praised us on national TV, which is what I want. I want people to live and preach the good news of us out there.
And Beno has already sold.
So meaning
our place.
He is also going to attract Jomo Kenani. There's a place called Northern Uganda, Gulu, Lira. Let's go visit such places. So when they come, we are the ones benefiting. What the charo pajo, mod go bino ki chako bere nyoma nyira wakany. One bere gwenye kuja warubu bod kikuno. So that the link is huge.
Now, how do you get a connection and any tapping? Because, like, if there's anyone who has met, any public figure who has met and interacted, is you. How do you build this kind of connection? Because Anano John and Danamano will give a tag. They are big celebrities. And penny at what you say, pair. But Anoni, John, any Megamogi Kilogi kind requires a lot of money.
Yeah.
In connecting your local your money.
I think first things first, I need to also thank God. I need to thank God, bro. Because even me, some of the things I do, I don't know how it happens. I'm being very honest with you, by the way. Like the first time I had an international guest on my show, I did not think the guy was going to come with the right person. We are aware of the internet scam and all that. But when I got the number, I'm like, okay, let me try text it. We had a chat with, that was the African Joker. We had a chat. But the guy was responding and everything was rhyming. I'm like, okay, let me give it a try and see. When I told him I wanted to bring him to Gulu, he was positive. He's like, where is Gulu? Started giving him. It's in Uganda, but not in the capital. It is in another city in Uganda, about 6 hours from Kampala, The guy was hesitant, but somehow I managed to convince him. So this is what I learned from all these things. I reach out. I normally reach out. I'm not a shy kind of person. If I want you, I'll tell you I'll look for your number in the first place from whoever I think can give me a lead. Until when I'm sure that I have your number, then I reach out. And I told you what I do. One, all these people are comedians like me. Okay, they're comedians like me. And so just like any other person, you're a blogger. If a fellow blogger reaches out to you, at least the worst you can do is deny them an audience. Yeah. So when I reach out, I tell them, hey, I'm a comedian, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing ABCD. You know, I was happy. I got your number and I thought we could just have a chat. You know, just normal conversation. Video calls here and there, pick a few chat. Others will give you their email. Like Basketmouth, when I reached out to him, we had a little chat on phone and he sent me his email. He said, you reach out to me on email, talk to my manager, and then you'll finalize with him. So you have to have knowledge of such things and also have how to respond, because any other person, there are people like here in Northern, you tell someone, send me an email. They will say, you're Genio Caro. I got email to white and email them. You get. So they just don't understand about their channels of communication that people use according to their convenience. There are people who prefer go on the gym, but no mirror email. Why? Because sometimes evidence of what you're going to discuss mirror down for future use. You know? So I normally reach out to those people. I go direct calls. Sometimes I email. Sometimes I have friends. Like in Nigeria now, I have friends there that I reach out to them and they reach out to the exact person and get me the number. Just give me like an intro. And then they give me a connection. Like, okay, so this is Kash. He's in Uganda. He does ABCD. He wants to talk to you. So I thought of us reaching out to you and, picking your mind on it. It's fine. Let him call. So when you call, you discuss business. Honestly speaking, these guys are expensive to have. But I want to tell you, there's no any sacrifice I have done in my life than the comedy show. Leave alone whatever you think I have gone through. I have sacrificed finances that I've never sacrificed in my life. You're aware I do emceeing and I get a lot of money from that. So all through, let me tell you how my comedy show has been running from 2017. From 2017, the entire money I make Kinyom, I think I've been a rare comedy Kanye Wiki. Comedy, sometimes comedians are expensive, hiring things are expensive, service providers, blah, blah. Show to me you've not raised any money. But the dream is you want to do comedy and you want it to live. That means you have to go back there. Also, another new mukene, kapodugu is okay. I've always been doing that. Believe me or not, I've not made money from my comedy show. But the comedy show has made me somebody. Yes, it has made me somebody. It has given me a lot of other things, which is more important to me than money itself. The money I'm not worried about. I'm a rich man, I can tell you.
The connections you have.
That is you can never get the connection. No one can get the connections I have. No one. Even if you spend what amount of money. Because these people, even if you fly and you go and meet them, you go that you want to meet them from the country, you'll never meet them. They're not easily accessible people. By the time I tell you I sit and we have a chat with Basketmouth, if I tell you, okay, I'm giving 1 month, let anyone from within get the person's number and have a chat. Or even if I give you the number and you send a message, you will not get a reply.
They are always busy people.
These things, yes, they are very busy people. So the connections I've got from the comedy show, I've moved to places because of this comedy. Bro, yes, I've always had dreams of moving abroad. But trust me, I didn't know it was comedy that was going to move me abroad. And moving abroad and you reach, they're welcoming you in a Range Rover. You don't drive a Range Rover, meanwhile. They will come in the Range Rover. They give you the whole apartment with your boys to stay in. You're going to a show that is VIP, like the show in South Sudan. It was VVIP. A ticket was $100.
Wow.
Table was $800. In Uganda, that's a show of $375. I've never had any show in my entire life, even in Gulu. I've never had any show that people pay 100,000 to enter. Yes, but that was the ordinary was $100,
which is around 300 something.
Yes.
Wow.
So, and you have such a platform, imagine. So the comedy has done for me big, bro. It's done everything that I wanted in my life as me. It has made me one of the most, I think, selling brand in the comedy industry from northern Uganda. Which I believe is just the beginning. The money is going to come. I'm not worried about it at any point. Because I've lost, yes, I've lost a lot of money here and there. Sometimes when you make transaction with these guys and things don't happen, you go into deep, terrible pain because you lose a lot of money, but you have people to pay, you have service providers, you have other, just a lot of things, which only takes love for you to continue with what you're doing. My comedy is surviving out of love. I've actually started realizing the benefit of comedy just late, I think I would say this year, because one, within this year, I've got invitation to move to many other countries. Others I didn't go, I just turned it down. Because also when you're going to a place, you need to consider a few other things. One, security. Two, safety measures. Three, the laws in that country. There are certain jokes you make that becomes expensive when you're there. For instance, I was in Rwanda. Yes! I was in Rwanda and they just told me, please, I know Ugandans love to make fun of the president. Kindly don't bring that stupidity here. Yeah. If you have any joke that is political in nature, kindly put it aside. And it was just that. So you get to realize that things are done differently.
And people do things differently in the other places.
Exactly. And, well, I learned a lot of things, which, of course, all this, I was writing contents. Yeah. I was turning all of them into materials that once I step on stage, people must laugh. There are serious things about it and there are funny things about the entire journeys I've been making. And that also widens my thinking as a comedian. I've been thinking, my jokes, Mount Achoyo, was basically within here, there, Gulu, Uganda, a few things that we see about life. But now I can tell you I write jokes basing on things that I know is consumed worldwide, internationally. Yes.
Now, you have a gig that is coming up in few days from now. Probably you can talk about the gig.
Yeah.
And no, Madonna, I'm expecting.
Yeah. I decided to do a 1 month comedy show on return. I made up my mind to do that when I was in Rwanda. So a 1 month comedy show is where it's just one person who performs for 2 good hours or even more. We have normal performance. In comedy, we have 3 performers. We have normal performance. That's where you have like a lineup of comedians. You just come for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you leave. Then we have a special performance. A special performance is when you brought like a guest. Let's say there's a comedy show here, Mr. Twa, Meta, Blue. And then I am brought as a special performer. So that I'd be the guest. The performance is always from 0 to 45 minutes. Like that, yeah. And then there's what we call a comedy special. So a comedy special is a body of work. Like with the musicians, they have what is called an album or an EP. So in comedy, we have comedy special. And it's what I'm doing. A comedy special, a body of fully worked out collection of contents, well written, purified and proven, like, okay, yes, it's ready for consumption. Basically, 75% of it is new content, and then 25 is old contents, the things, probably that I've just never presented, but, they are here. And, well, the 1 month comedy special is special for me. Why? Because I named it Across Border and Back. I was looking at something that would touch on the other continents internationally, but I'm going to do it locally from here. So I looked at something that I would produce do a full production, upload it on the internet, and have people watch it all over the world. So meaning the content can't just be about Gulu or Uganda or stuff like that. It's going to be, you know, a variety of things around the world, but with a punch of my local belonging in it. So we can have people from London, we can have people from USA and all other parts of the world who love comedy watching. What does this mean? One, it stamps me as a person in the comedy world. Because it's not easy for anybody to do a comedy, especially if you tap on any of the comedians around and say, come on stage for 2 hours, be funny. Coming on stage is okay. Be funny for 2 hours on stage. It's not a joke, bro. At 45 minutes, someone will want to leave.
Payout.
Yes, payout. So I decided to take on the challenge. This is the second time I'm doing it. Last year I had one. It was called Jokes of a Life Forcer. It was my first comedy special. It's called Jokes of a Life Forcer. It's available on YouTube. You can check it out. The full production, that was 1 hour 45 minutes. I couldn't complete the 2 hours. It
became a bit long.
Yes. Yeah. So but this time around I'm ready. It will be 2 hours. And we're doing it on Friday. We started from Leader about 2 weeks ago. The Leader one was amazing.
Kash, you even cried on stage.
Yeah, bro, true. Let me tell you, listen. So this is what I get to learn. That's why I tell you, comedy has done a lot of things for me. So I get to do my 1 month comedy show in Leader. I get a lot of people at the venue. Something that even me, I had to ask myself, how? But the answer is love. So on stage, people give me money. No more tipping. Okay? Almost $500,000. And then getting to the climax of the event, a fan gets up and says, I'm giving this boy 2 million.
And Owakabi.
No, listen, man. Listen, tell me in my entire career as a comedian or as an MC, who has ever gifted me something bigger than that? That's like somebody getting up and say, I'm giving you a car, bro.
To value.
Yeah. The love was too much, I couldn't hold. Fans now started pouring, people are giving money here. So you just see the love and you say, yo, it's true that people really see value in what I'm doing. That's the strength, that's the payment I was telling you about. You meet good-hearted people who are willing to pick you from point A to B. But you've done a show, you've not got the money from the gate. It is okay. You've lost money, you've suffered. But there's a bigger reason for you at the end of the day to just sit and smile and say, thank you, Jesus, for these amazing fans. Thank you for these beautiful people who love and support what I'm doing. Thank you for these people who see my vision. You understand? So in Leader, it was special. And then now, of course, I believe Guru is home. We're going to have a good show on Friday. I can tell you I'm very well prepared for the show. Come Friday, Guru is going to ask for water like they normally say. But in comedy, we don't ask for water, we ask for handkerchief. You laugh and cry and ask for handkerchief. So it's going to be fun. It will be at Elefante Commons. Elefante is behind Police Primary. Holy Rosary route, direct. You take eastern direction as if you're heading to Pechelukung. Before, around there, you can't get lost. Chon no beru KPC, Watoto Church Machon, Chon no beru Gang Pomor, Pijomo beru Guli, Karma Gulu no Futin Municipal. So, a lot of things. It's going to be good. It's going to be a all VIP event. Tickets is only 20,000, but the value is more than 20,000. I need you all to come out, come have a good time, come laugh, come celebrate Son of the Soil, come see a young legend rising up like a tiger. So it's going to be fun. I'm ready. I've been writing a lot of content, and yeah, I think it's time for us to unleash the dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm for my tech.
Thank you, man. I've not had a chat with you in a long time, bro, and this was worth it. Trust me.
So,
but I appreciate you too. You people are doing a good job. Please, never at one point see this thing you're doing, it might not pay you. Okay, you might not get the money or stuff like that. But the bigger love is there are people who sit back and say, yo, Mr. Twa is doing what is best for northern Uganda. Of course, being okay here at Mogateta, I can think, but it's a normal thing.
You're used to that.
There's just no way you're going to be big and people don't throw those insults or, you know, those back putting. It's a normal thing. But also, besides, we are human beings. So, dog work a human dog.
And
just.
Otherwise,
thank you, man.
I wish you all the best.
Thank
One
you.
ability around.
I'm hoping to see
all
you
fans
on
of
Friday.
MC Kash.
Yeah.
Okay, the diehards and all fans.
Even those who are not my fans, even if you're not my fan, just come. You might start being my fan on Friday.
So, Umbine Elefante, Kirubru, blessings, peace and love.
Salute, man.